Well, Molly is one example. Officials say this Queen Anne building could be the first office to residential conversion since the pandemic. And this proposal to do the same in the downtown core is part of a larger mission to revitalize the area. You don't have to go far in downtown to find empty office buildings, a reality city officials say is a result of the pandemic and a still too slow increase in foot traffic. But soon these spaces could be turned into housing.
Bringing more housing into downtown is an important way to reinvigorate our downtown core.
A city council committee signed off on a bill that would change some zoning codes to make the conversions happen in commercial, high-rise, and other zones. The Pioneer Square Alliance and other groups voiced support for this proposal, so long as there are efforts to preserve the historic architecture.
We recognize this opportunity within the district, given that current office vacancy rates continue to be much higher than pre-pandemic levels.
Mark Angelillo at Stream Real Estate has a project in the pipeline to include affordable housing units. That's if this incentive and additional funding proposals pass the full council.
To convert the vacant office space is a very expensive endeavor, from the purchasing of the space to the physical construction.
Other examples of the proposed conversions include the Polson and Western buildings, the Smith Tower, and space by Pioneer Square Park.
Vacancy just provides negative perceptions around safety and comfort. So if we can get a conversion, and even if there's a small number in key locations, it can really have a big positive impact.
There are efforts by the city and state to make these conversions more feasible for developers like Angelillo. Newly passed state legislation would exempt construction sales tax on conversion properties.
We'll have a project that we think makes sense, but we need that additional help to make it financially feasible.
And it's not a done deal just yet. The proposal goes to the full city council for a final vote next week. We're now live in Seattle. Jackie Kent, KOMO News.
More housing options are coming to downtown Seattle. The city council approved converting vacant office spaces into about 2,000 residential units. Here's Jackie Kent with the latest on that plan.
Well, you don't have to go far in downtown to see vacant office space. This proposal is all part of a broader mission to revitalize the downtown core. A city council committee signed off on a bill that would change some zoning codes to make these conversions happen. That means non-residential buildings would be redeveloped in commercial, high-rise, and other zones under specific conditions. Examples they gave were the Polson and Western buildings to keep some commercial space, convert upper floors to residential, and develop new units on top of that. Another proposal would convert the Smith Tower to include everything from studios to two-bedroom units. Officials argue converting vacant spaces like the Grand Central Block near Occidental Square can also help people's perception of safety. The Pioneer Square Alliance and other groups say they support this proposal so long as there are efforts to preserve the historic architecture. This all stems from Mayor Harrell's downtown activation plan released last year amid the housing need and building availability. The downtown office vacancy rate reached 25% as of the start of this year, and Seattle's housing shortage continues with increasing rents. The full council will have a final vote next week. Reporting in Seattle, I'm Jackie Kent.
And that brings us to tonight's Pulse poll. This is the question we're asking this evening. What do you think of a plan to convert vacant Seattle office buildings into housing? This is a live look at the results coming in tonight. Right now you can see 49% say it's a bad idea, 31% call it a good idea, 20% say they're not sure and need more information. To vote right now, just scan the code there on your screen. We'll be sure to bring you the latest results later on in the show.